Hello. That is right. You are watching Wayne Roach Reads the Bible. And I'm Wayne Roach. Yes, we're going through Exodus Chapter 8 today. Hope you enjoy. The Lord said to Moses, "Take Aaron and his sons to the entrance of the tent of my presence, and bring the priestly garments, the anointing oil, and the young bull for the sin offering, the 2 rams for the sin offering, the 2 rams, and the basket of unleavened bread." Then call the whole community together there. Moses did to the Lord as the Lord had commanded, and when the community had assembled, he said to them, "What I am now about to do is what the Lord has commanded." Moses brought Aaron and his sons forward and had them take a ritual bath. He put the shirt and the robe on Aaron and the sash around his waist. He put the ephod on and fastened on him and fastened it by putting its finely woven belt around his waist. He put the breastpiece on him and put the Urim and Thummim on it. He placed the turban on his head, and on the front of it, he put the gold ornament, the sacred sign of their dedication, just as the Lord had commanded him. Then Moses took the anointing oil and put it on the tent of the Lord's presence and everything that was on it. And in this way he dedicated it all to the Lord. He took some of the oil and sprinkled it 7 times on the altar and its equipment and on the basin and its base in order to dedicate them to the Lord. He ordained Aaron by pouring some of the anointing oil on his head. Next Moses brought the sons of Aaron forward and put shirts on them, put sashes around the waist and tied caps on the heads, just as the Lord had commanded. Then Moses brought the young bull for the sin offering, and Aaron and his sons put their hands on its head. Moses killed it and took some of the blood, and with its finger put it on the projections at the corners of the altar in order to dedicate it. He then poured out the rest of the blood in the base of the altar. In this way he dedicated it and purified it. Moses took all the fat on the internal organs and the best part of the liver and the kidneys with the fat on them, and burned it all on the altar. He took the rest of the bull, including its skin, flesh, and intestines, and burned it outside the camp, just as the Lord had commanded. Next Moses brought the ram for the burnt offering, and Aaron and his sons put their hands on its head. Moses killed it and threw the blood on all 4 sides of the altar. He cut the ram in pieces, washed the internal organs and the hind legs with water, and burned the head, the fat, and all the rest of the ram on the altar, just as the Lord had commanded. This burnt offering was a food offering, and its odor was pleasing to the Lord. Then Moses brought the 2nd ram, which was the ordination of the priests, and Aaron and his sons put their hands on its head. Moses killed it and took some of the blood and put it on the lobes of Aaron's right ear, on the thumb of his right hand, and on the big toe of his right foot. Then he brought Aaron's sons forward and put some of the blood on the lobes of their right ears and the thumbs of their right hands and the big toes of their right feet. Moses threw the rest of the blood on all 4 sides of the altar. He took the fat tail and the fat covering, the internal organs, the best part of the liver, the kidneys with the fat on them, and the right hind leg. Then he took 1 loaf of bread from the basket of unleavened bread dedicated to the Lord, 1 loaf made with oil, and 1 thin cake, and he put them on top of the fat and the right hind leg. He put all his food in the hands of Aaron and his sons, and they presented it as a special gift to the Lord. Then Moses took the food from them and burnt it on the altar, on top of the burnt offering as an ordination offering. This was a food offering, and its odor was pleasing to the Lord. Then Moses took the breast and presented it as a special gift to the Lord. It was Moses' part of the ordination ram. Moses did everything just as the Lord had commanded. Moses took some of the anointing oil and some of the blood that was on the altar and sprinkled it on Aaron and his sons and on the clothes. In this way he consecrated them in their clothes to the Lord. Moses said to Aaron and his sons, "Take the meat to the entrance of the tent of the Lord's presence, boil it and eat it there with the bread that is in the basket of ordination offering, just as the Lord commanded." Just as he had commanded, yes. "Burn up any meat on the bread or bread that is left over. You shall not leave the entrance of the tent for 7 days until your ordination rites are completed. The Lord commanded us to do this to do what we have done today in order to take away your sin. You must stay at the entrance of the tent today, of the 10th day, not for 7 days, doing what the Lord has commanded. If you don't, you will die. This is what the Lord has commanded me. So Aaron and his sons did everything that the Lord had commanded through Moses. That is chapter 8 of Leviticus. I'm Wayne Roach. Good night and God bless to you.